This is a story of New York, a city that's famous for its incredible skyscrapers, world-class megaprojects, and a buzzing economy that never sleeps. With so much going on, you'd think everything here would run like clockwork, right? Well, not exactly. New York might have some of the busiest air traffic in the world, but its biggest airport, it's a disaster. Power outages, last-minute flight cancellations, build-out of multiple not connected buildings, and endless delays. And it gets worse. Every single month, thousands of travelers face these headaches, and it's not just about the delays. You can imagine yourself waiting forever to get your luggage, only to find out it's been mishandled, or worse, realizing that the airport is becoming a hotbed for shady deals. What's even more shocking, the airport has earned itself the reputation of being the worst in the world. And here's the thing, almost no one is happy with the airlines that operate here. But why is it like this? How did one of the world's greatest cities end up with one of the world's worst airports? And what's the last hope for this airport? Stick around, because we're going to reveal what's really going on behind the scenes and what might finally turn things around. But here's the exciting part. Everything is about to change. New York's busiest airport, JFK, is getting a massive makeover with a price tag of 19 billion American dollars. We're talking about upgraded amenities, more space to breathe, and an entirely new terminal. Let's go back to 1948, when JFK Airport wasn't even called JFK. Back then, it was known as Idlewild Airport, a brand new hub built to solve the growing problem of air congestion. It kicked off with 6 runways and 5 unique terminals, each designed to handle the air traffic boom of the time. Things were going great until they weren't. As the next decade rolled in, the airport started seeing more traffic than ever before. It was booming, but with all this growth came some serious headaches, not just for travelers, but for airlines too. Fast forward to today, and JFK Airport is still one of the busiest airports in the world, with over 63 million passengers passing through every year. But here's the thing, JFK also has a reputation as the worst airport in US history. Why? It's all about overcrowding, a confusing layout, and terrible accessibility from the city. Most airports are designed with a central point where everything connects smoothly, but JFK, not so much. It has 6 terminals, and they're all disconnected from each other. That is a huge problem. Each terminal is managed by different airlines, meaning they can't even help each other out. If you're flying into one terminal, you're stuck there. No transferring planes, no smooth connections, just frustration. But wait, there's more to this story. How do we get here, and what can be done to fix it? JFK doesn't have the usual setup where all terminals are managed by the airport itself and linked together in one central hub. Instead, it's got 6 separate terminals, each run by different airlines. 5 of them are still in use today. Now, you might be thinking, how does that even work? Especially if you've got a tight layover. Moving between terminals can feel like an obstacle course, and if a plane needs to switch terminals, no need to think about it. Each terminal only handles planes from the airline that owns it. To make things even more interesting, JFK's terminals have been rebuilt or torn down over the years, but they kept the original numbering. So now, you've got terminals numbered 1 through 8, but some numbers are missing in between. It's like playing a game where the rules keep changing, and you're just trying to figure it out as you go. JFK Airport is about to get a major makeover, and we're talking about a $19 billion transformation. We're not just getting 1 or 2 new terminals, no, we're having 2 brand new terminals, plus a massive expansion and modernization of the existing ones. We're also looking at smoother roadways to make your drive to the airport a breeze. Think less traffic stress and more I'm on vacation vibes. And it doesn't stop there. You'll get better local retailers and diners that make grabbing a bite or doing some shopping at the airport feel like a treat, not a chore. Have you heard about the incredible new Terminal 1 at JFK? This isn't just any terminal, it's set to be the biggest at JFK, covering a whopping 2.5 million square feet and 23 gates. It's almost the size of LaGuardia's 2 new terminals combined. So, what does this mean for you? Well, the massive terminal will give global airlines the flexibility they need to upgrade their aircraft as demand increases. But let's go deeper. JFK is one of the most competitive airports out there, and having access to gates is a huge deal. This $9.5 billion project is going all in with a new departures area, arrival zone, and customs hall. But that's not all. It's packed with public spaces, top-notch amenities, and advanced technology. Plus, the new terminal will also use advanced biometrics to make your airport experience smoother and faster. You know how most airport terminals are dark, cramped, and honestly just dreary? Well, this one's going to be different. Thanks to our partner, Alpha Structure, this terminal will house the largest solar array in the city, making it fully resilient, even in the event of a power outage. And the best part? The terminal will be bathed in natural light, a welcome change from the dim, lifeless space we're all used to. Now, let me take you on a little journey. By 2030, new Terminal 1 will be up and running, but you won't have to wait that long to see the transformation. By 2026, you'll already be experiencing the new halls and gates, and while it's set to be the biggest new terminal, it's not the only one on the horizon. Terminal 6 is going to be a game changer too. Imagine 1.2 million square feet of space spread across 2 levels, with a check-in area so vast and well organized that you won't have to drag your luggage from one end of the world to the other. Centralized security, dining, shopping, everything you need, right where you need it, and it will connect seamlessly with Terminal 5, making your connections a breeze. All of this is expected to wrap up by 2028. But here's something you might not know. This airport isn't just about luxury, it's about people too. They're making sure everyone gets a chance to be part of this amazing space. How? By setting aside 30% of opportunities for minority and women-owned businesses. And that's not all. This project is creating over 10,000 jobs. So, not only will this airport be a game changer for travelers, but it's also going to make a huge impact on the local community. Now, let's talk about what's happening at Terminal 4. Delta and JFK are in phase 2.5 of a massive development project, and it's not just a facelift, they're aiming to redefine your entire airport experience. Firstly, they're adding 10 new aircraft parking spots. Why does that matter to you? Fewer delays, smoother travels, and more flights on time. They're also fixing one of the biggest headaches travelers have faced: baggage claim. Say goodbye to those long waits because Terminal 4 now has an extra domestic baggage claim carousel. You might wonder, why the wait? Why build it in phases? In 2023, the first major phase of this ambitious project wrapped up. We're talking 150,000 square feet of new space, with new gates, seating areas where you can actually relax, and an overall smoother, more enjoyable travel experience. It's like the airport you always wished for, but never thought you'd see. Next up is Terminal 6, a world-class 1.2 million square foot Terminal 6 being built by JFK Millennium Partners. This isn't just any terminal, it's going to stand where the old Terminals 6 and 7 once were, but it's coming back bigger and better. We're talking about a $4.2 billion redevelopment. Why such a big investment? Because it's not just about making things look pretty, it's about creating a terminal that's sustainable, eco-friendly, and dedicated to providing real opportunities for women and minorities across New York. They've set a goal of 30% participation from these groups, which is huge. But there's more. It's about Terminal 8. This one is a game changer, a $125 million expansion project, all with one main goal: making your experience better. Remember the last time you were at an airport and thought, this could be so much better? Well, they heard you. American Airlines, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, and TA Innovation Partners have teamed up to fix all those things that frustrate you. They're not just expanding space, they're reimagining it. Think 60 new retail spots, a brand new hall, and over 3,100 concession opportunities. This isn't just about flying out, it's about enjoying the entire experience. Let's get back to JFK Airport for a second. You know, big changes are coming, and it's not just about flashy new terminals. First off, they're giving those old terminals a major facelift. We're talking about new shops, better restaurants, and upgrades all around. But let's be real, those outdated terminals aren't the only reason JFK feels like a headache. The way the airport is laid out has always been confusing, especially when you're trying to get from one terminal to another. So, what's JFK doing about it? They're overhauling the entire road system. Yup, new roads, bridges, and even smarter traffic tech are coming in to make your life easier. No more getting lost or stuck in a loop you didn't mean to take. They're cutting down the number of roadway loops from 5 to just 2 main ones. That means less confusion and more direct routes, making it easier to get where you need to go. And it doesn't stop there. They're building a multi-level parking garage with nearly 2,000 spots. Plenty of room for all of us who drive in. Plus, it's going to have this eco-friendly timber exterior. But the real game changer? A 122-meter pedestrian bridge that connects the parking lot to the brand new Terminal 1. This bridge even has rainwater harvesting tech built in. It's like they're thinking of everything. You see, JFK is surrounded by tight neighborhoods and clogged highways, which means getting construction materials in and out isn't just difficult, it's a logistical nightmare. But what if I told you the solution isn't on the road, but in the water? Instead of battling traffic, workers have found a smarter way, a giant barge loaded with rocks and sand, making its way down from the New York Catskills, 40 kilometers north. Tugboats pull them down the Hudson River, across the bay, and right into a temporary dock at the airport, all thanks to floating platforms built just for this project. Well, using these barges means they'll need to cut around 300,000 truck trips over the life of the project. To put that into perspective, each barge is like taking 200 trucks off the road. Think about the difference that makes, not just for the construction crew, but for anyone trying to get around the city. Here's a story that might surprise you. According to a report by the New York Times, there was a storm that delayed a tugboat from reaching the dock. Why? Because it was kicking up massive waves in the surrounding bay. So while fewer vehicles sound like a perfect solution, the reality can be a bit more unpredictable. The city isn't just stopping at reducing traffic though, they're taking it a step further by building their own concrete plant. And get this, they're planning to produce about 550,000 square meters of concrete just for JFK Airport. To put that into perspective, that's enough to fill around 218 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But now, things are changing. JFK is finally getting the attention it deserves, a $19 billion makeover. But here's the question, will this massive expansion actually bring JFK back to its former glory, or are we looking at another overhyped project that falls flat? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you found this video interesting, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you don't miss what's coming next. See you next time.